Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Chapter 18. Episode 4, Line of Hypocrisy, 4. The next morning, I was almost out of supplies. Young Hee-won stared at the convenience store bags as if she couldn't believe it. Oh my god, it is sold out? Yes. Ha, really funny. Everyone was just watching and now. Nope, it isn't just the marginalized group. The guests who came in the middle of the night weren't just members of the marginalized group. Kim Dokja SSI, you are making the worst choice. Among them was Cheon In-ho. You will regret it. More than half the food I had was taken by the mainstream group. Of course, they paid the exact amount. Young Hee-won was in a rage after hearing the story. Wait a minute. Then the mainstream group will just monopolize the food again? Something like that. No, what is this? Weren't you going to weaken the power of the mainstream group by promoting transactions among the people? It was unexpected insight. I responded with a bit of admiration. That's correct. That was the intent. I wanted people to move voluntarily. Then why did you sell food to the mainstream group? The situation won't change. It has changed. I have obtained coins. Ha! It was 1,450 coins. It was a huge income for one night. No, what is Dr. SSI thinking? Sangha SSI, can we really trust this man? Sangha flinched as attention suddenly turned to her, but then she smiled brightly. I believe in him. It was burdensome. Dr. SSI, did you leave enough food for yourself? Nope, I sold it. Young Hee-won's mouth fell open as if she was dumbfounded. At that time, someone poked my cheek. I turned my head and found a biscuit. Ha! You want me to eat it? Nod nod. The head moved cutely. I smiled, took the biscuit and put it in Lee Gil-young's mouth. I'm okay. You eat it. Ah, I should tell you something, everyone, do you still have the food you ate yesterday? Yes, I have it. I have a bit left. Why? Do you want to buy it back? I will sell it. Young Hee-won waved the biscuit in a playful manner. No, you should eat it now. Ha! Eat it all before today. You should do it. I repeatedly stressed. Or you will regret it. Why, no, wait a minute. Sangha SSI, what are you doing now? Why are you listening to him? There is a reason why Dr. SSI would say this. Sangha smiled sweetly and opened a bag of biscuits. Lee Hyun-sung was confused but ate the food. Meanwhile, Lee Gil-young had eaten it the moment I spoke. He was a good listener. Ah well, I will leave one back. I won't stop you. I shrugged at Young Hee-won's words. It was up to her to regret it. At lunchtime, there was a major announcement from the mainstream group. Cheon In-ho stood on a platform surrounded by people and said, "We will limit the food ration from today. The allocation is 3 biscuits per person." And people became irritated before the speech was over. What? 3 biscuits? How can we live on that? That's right. Don't the scouts get more food? Do you think we don't know? Despite being cursed at, Cheon In-ho just laughed calmly. Your words are good. Yes. The scouts receive more rations. If you want food, please apply to be a scout. Very few people have come back after applying to be a scout. The Kyeolda group members are the ones who always come back. Do you want us to die now? Cheon In-ho was nonchalant despite the violent reactions of the citizens. Those people were just unlucky. You know that it is terribly dangerous outside. Why don't you obtain food yourself if you are dissatisfied? That. The people closed their mouths dumbly. If they went out now, they would die. Everyone knew this. Cheon In-ho wasn't finished. Ah, there is a way to get food without being a scout. What is it? A deal. We will be happy to exchange food for anything we determine to be of value. Every person can give something different. Isn't that right? Cheon In-ho's cold gaze caused the people to tremble. It was mostly the people who came to me yesterday and bought food. The character Cheon In-ho has activated the Insight LV2 skill. Originally, I wasn't going to do this. But yesterday, Kim Dokja SSI told me something nice. That's right everyone. Is there anything free in the world? If you want food, you have to prove your worth. This is the way it is. Haha, thank you for telling me something good. Kim Dok Jassy. Look at this. At this moment, everyone's attention was focused on me. Their eyes were mostly filled with resentment. Because of that bastard. People wanted to be stupid and Cheon In-ho had the insight skill. It was a skill that most good group leaders would have. But this way, the hostility would turn towards me again. I looked at the back of Cheon In-ho. It was a cute level. At least compared to the people at Chungnyeoro and Seoul Station. The people gathered in front of the podium were already trying to bargain. I will buy it with coins. How much do you want? 200 coins. Ha! But I don't have that many coins. Then go away. 200 coins for one piece of food. Even the Dakibi was likely to pass out. One of the Kyoldo group selling food saw my look and trembled. He had a bandage around his thigh and seemed to be one of the guys I beat up yesterday. Did I ever say thank you for yesterday? I suddenly turned my head and saw Young Hee-won standing nearby. I think I heard it. Still, I want to thank you again. I wanted to say something but Young Hee-won's eyes were fixed on the injured Kyoldo member. The one with the injured leg, he was the one who tried to rape me yesterday. I see. Don't touch him because I will kill him myself. Understood? Her killing intent was impressive. Was she chosen by a sponsor or was it a late-blooming attribute? The exclusive skill, character list is activated. I was a little worried about using this skill. This woman would have died if I hadn't saved her. Would she be registered as a character? Character information. Name, Young Hee-won. Age, 27 years old. Constellation sponsor, none. 3 constellations are currently showing interest in this person. Private attribute, crouching figure, general. Exclusive skills, Demon Slayer LV1, Kendo LV1. Stigmata, none. Overall stats, Stamina LV4, Strength LV4, Agility LV7, Magic Power LV4. Overall evaluation, she was a crouching figure with enormous potential. The attribute information wasn't verified yet because the attribute hadn't blossomed. Fortunately, her information appeared. It was different from Usanga, Lee Gil-young and Han Myung-go. Was she originally not abandoned? By the way, it was a very interesting exclusive attribute. Crouching figure. It didn't seem big based on the name, but it was one of the few super evolutionary attributes in Ways of Destruction. Crouching figure was a general rated attribute, but it could reach a rare or legendary rating depending on the occasion. One of the 100 strongest people in Ways of Survival, the Crazy Butcher evolved from crouching figure. Young Hee-won, I thought she was just a passing person, but I might have to consider taking her as a colleague. It would take a while to grow her demon-slaying skill, but this woman could become a powerful hitman if she was raised well. By the way, Dr. SSI is very calm. Calm. It might seem like that. I am familiar with situations like this in the novel. Ha! Does that make sense? Wait a minute. Where are you going? I didn't answer and descended from the platform. Young Hee-won wanted to come with me and I reached out a hand to stop her. It's okay. Young Hee-won landed lightly below the platform. I walked along the railway tracks and watched the tunnel road to Yaksu Station. It was filled with thick darkness and the inside wasn't visible, but it smelled terrible. It was a bloody smell. You aren't going inside, are you? Young Hee-won asked. Everyone who went that way has died. The thugs or anyone else. Everyone who goes inside will unconditionally die. Her words were wrong. Not everyone died. At least one person had already gone down this road and moved on to the next station. We climbed onto the platform again. We had been gone for quite a time, but the line of people to trade food was still long. Some people who protested against the mainstream group were beaten up and others paid unusual prices for the food. Shortly afterwards, Young Hee-won saw a few young women from the marginalized group sneak into the back of a tarp and she became furious. Ah, really annoying. Did you see that? I saw it. Cheon In-ho had said it. Anything could be exchanged for food. But the girls who just entered weren't carrying anything. Young Hee-won sprang to her feet. I can't just watch this. What will you do? Stop it. I have to tell them not to do it, no matter the circumstances. Then those women will starve. Are you just going to watch? Yes, I think you should just watch this time. What do you mean by that? I silently received Young Heewon's contemptuous gaze. Young Heewon SSI, stopping those women won't solve the current problem. Even if you stop them now, something similar will occur late at night. Then I will stop them again. I will stop it and stop it. Then what about their food? Among those who just entered the tarp, there is a mother with a child. If that child starves to death, will Young Heewon SSI be responsible for the child's death? Young Heewon's eyes shook. She bowed her head as if to hide her expression. Then what can I do? The alternative. I looked up at Young Heewon. With this, Young Heewon wouldn't do anything unexpected. She was a crouching figure with demon slaying. Depending on how she acted, Young Heewon might evolve into an indiscriminate murderer. Young Heewon SSI, the key to this problem is food. Isn't that right? That's right. Then we need to remove the cause of the problem. Ha! I looked at my watch instead of answering. It was time. Kwajajijik. Yes, he showed up. The air split apart and a familiar figure was revealed. Screams came from everywhere. The nightmare of humanity that opened up this tragedy. How are you all doing? Haven't you been free for a while? The Dakibi. The people panicked at the appearance of the Dakibi. It was never a good thing when this guy showed up. Even Young Heewon, who was full of energy, flinched momentarily. By the way, it wasn't Baihyung. Originally, Baihyung was the Dakibi responsible for all nearby channels. But this guy was different. Unlike the pure white fur of Baihyung, this Dakibi had black fur. And my friend who was originally in charge of this channel is undergoing disciplinary action. So, I am responsible for this scenario. The Dakibi's timid tone was very memorable. Then everyone. Don't you look very peaceful? That Baihyung, he pretended to be pretentious only to set this level of scenario. Difficulty. What are you saying? Tell us what you want. Hick. Don't be angry. Everyone. Anyway, I came for you guys. For us. Then give us food. Food? Aha, if you want food. After his words ended, the Dakibi moved his hand. A scenario penalty has been added. From now on, food stockpiling is limited. All existing stockpiled food has disappeared. What? The people with emergency food screamed. Whether it was from the mainstream group or marginalized group, everything that was called food floated in the air. He. Then everyone. You can't. Why you have to think about how to break the scenario. Suck. The canned food, biscuits, calorie bars, etc. The emergency food gathered by the people were destroyed with one gesture from the Dakibi. The people's expressions became grim when they saw the food disappearing. Why you want to eat? In any case, earth trash. His tone suddenly changed. I seem to remember his name. According to the original setting, there was one Dakibi like this. His tone was timid, but he was crueler than any Dakibi. In the distance, Cheon Inho was watching me with confused eyes. Everyone, let's have fun from now on. It was followed by system messages. A scenario penalty has been added. The survival cost clause has been added. From now on, 100 coins will be deducted every night for the survival cost. If you can't pay the survival cost, you will die. The survival cost penalty will be maintained until the second main scenario is cleared. I laughed as I read the rising messages. Yes, now it was like ways of survival.